Hi, everyone. Dr. Frankie Bashan here. I'm a clinical psychologist, board certified sex therapist, and also an entrepreneur and the CEO of Little Gay Book Matchmaking, which is a US based net matchmaking firm that's national. And we focus on supporting the LGBTQ plus community. So, what I love to do every day is to serve in this area of intimacy, relationships, communication, vulnerability. Like, how do we have better relationships with ourselves and with others? And how do we stretch ourselves and grow and learn? And right, we're all kind of trying to do the best that we can. And I think that there's lots of tools and skills that we can acquire, and there isn't a one size fits all. So we've got to try things. And here I am, trying things myself, learning as a psychologist, sitting there listening to clients year after year, and also living my own life and getting myself into messy situations and getting myself out of these situations and learning from them and growing. So that's what I do here. So if you're interested in learning and growing and recognize that you're also imperfect, then you should definitely subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell below, hit all notifications. I drop a new video about 2 to 3 times a week, and I talk about sex and relationships and intimacy and all the good stuff. Today, I'm going to be talking about cheating fantasy. So, are you cheating if you're fantasizing? This often comes up in my practice, and I thought it warranted some conversation, some attention today. So, hopefully, you get something out of my talk. You're feeling the pleasant flush of heat through your entire body as your date leans in for a kiss, only to snap back to reality and realize you've been actually daydreaming about the hot barista who works at your favorite cafe again, while your partner has fallen asleep next to you on the couch. How guilty or alarmed should I feel? Today, I'm going to share why fantasies about cheating are actually quite common and why you may not need to panic about you or a partner experiencing them. How common are fantasies anyway about cheating? Whether it feels comforting or unsettling to know, fantasies about cheating are fairly common. One Czech study found that 72% of women in long term relationships fantasize about other men. One survey found that up to 62% of women fantasized about just their neighbors. And lest you think women are uniquely unfaithful in their heads, a Vermont study found that up to 98% of men in relationships with women fantasize about other women. Whether it's a neighbor, a celebrity crush, a friend at work, or a long ago ex, chances are very good that you and your partner fantasize about other people at least some of the time. Whether this has to be a problem for you and your relationship is a whole other story. Does a sexual fantasy about cheating mean you're betraying your partner? Put simply, fantasies are not reality and hold no moral weight in the real world. Just as fantasizing about your boss losing their job after they ruin your day at work doesn't mean you need to feel guilty about actually causing them harm, fantasizing about someone who isn't your partner isn't a betrayal. You aren't responsible to anyone when it comes to your thoughts and feelings. What you are responsible for are your actions. The reality is, virtually no one is only and always exclusively attracted to one person, and this includes your partner. Experiencing attraction and thoughts about what you'd like to do about it is just part of the human condition, like experiencing hunger or thirst. That said, if you feel you're fantasizing excessively or with real desire to take action, it may be something to look into further. It doesn't mean you're betraying your partner per se, but it may serve as a warning sign about there's some real disconnects in your relationship, possibly. Are you feeling unsatisfied, frustrated, or resentful about your relationship? If so, how? What does this fantasy contain or offer that you aren't getting from your relationship right now? Are there any ways you can assess these concerns in your relationship? Similarly, if you notice that you're fantasizing about someone else during sex with your partner in order to enjoy it, or instead of having sex with your partner, that's also something to look into. Are you feeling sexually unsatisfied in your current relationship? Do you experience attraction to your partner? What would you like to see change in this area? Does fantasizing about cheating mean you'll cheat in real life? It's very reasonable that if you found out suddenly that your partner had a persistent fantasy about someone else in their life, you'd worry about whether they would act on them. It's certainly your right to feel complicated about the idea of fantasies about other people or to feel hurt by them. But the reality is that there's no evidence correlating fantasizing about other people to actually acting on them in the form of cheating. Think about it. How often have you thought about sex with other people, even idly, in your life while in a relationship? How often, if ever, did those thoughts or feelings lead to taking action on them? Did you even really want to? While we often feel the most activated around the idea of our partner being attracted to someone else, the reality is that the choice to cheat and engage in any sexual activity really is the result of a much more complicated calculus than just attraction. It has to do with our state of mind, our dynamic with the other person, and perhaps most importantly, our dynamic with our partner. In most cases, attraction to someone else doesn't tend to go anywhere in the real world if the person experiencing it is in a happy, healthy relationship where their needs are being met and their bids are being responded to. Hope you got something out of my talk today. Kisses, hugs. I'll see you all next time.